Beginning process. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So during the new beginning process, we look at our ministry and we also look at the community around us. Our ministry is full of Asians, majority, and the community outside is full of Caucasian, upper class Caucasian, that we don't have a same social standing, so we don't really connect with them as well. I mean, their needs is a little bit different than ours. Majority of our members come in to drive-in entry church. I mean, they live in different location outside of this community and they drive in, so we don't really connect to the community as well. So besides the building's like really in bad shape, and we can't really afford continue being in this building, so we think about moving to a new location. Even though we move to a location, we might consider where it's located, where it's more convenient for everybody, instead of more of like a community-oriented, where it's like more diversified, and like in like a lot of blacks, Hispanic, or whites. That won't be the biggest factor, because our ministry, the way we reach out to people is through our network of friends, or like let's say school, we have friends in school, or at a co-worker work, or we join some kind of club, like a Call Me Club or something like that, and this is how we connect with people. And we in other clubs or school, those places usually are more more diversified, more multicultural than our ministry is, and this is how we invite other people and become. I guess that's how we try to approach multiculture in the ministry, is by a group of friends. The community-wise, and what I see is the community and church-wise, it does play a big factor, but I think the way we are right now, we just can't connect to the community as well, because our number is very small, and our network to the community is not there. It doesn't exist.
Thank you, Wei. All right.
You want to set it on here, and then maybe it'll be like...
No, I can hold it. Okay. If it jiggles a little bit, it's okay. All right, so?
What was the question again?
New beginnings,
right.
Diversity, the work we've been doing, looking at demographics, looking at other stuff. How is that preparing the church for its future as a multi-church?
I think a lot of the information that was presented was, we already knew about it, but seeing it from an outside perspective, seeing it laid out in a chart, seeing it laid out in in a report, brought it to a new light. But I would say that most of the information was known by the elders or people who are intensely involved in the development and direction of this church.
Information like?
Information like demographics, also compared to the Experian reports that accredited agencies around this area that shows a huge difference in why we need to adapt, not just to the community, but I guess what the community needs are,
right,
in terms of faith and what kind of message and approach they require.
Okay,
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, that'll be good. New beginnings and diversity.
New beginnings and diversity. I believe that after this new beginnings process, our church will become more connected to each other, and because we express our thoughts and feelings to one another, I think a lot of it has to do with communication. So if we have good communication, we're able to grow. I think we lacked communication before, and it was kind of chaotic, spontaneous things were happening, and we didn't have good, clear, cohesive communication with one another. Also, I believe that after the New Beginnings process, after we talked to each other and we got to know each other a little bit better, we were able to share our experiences, our thoughts on our church, our community, and our building, and our faith, and it's made us a lot stronger, I believe, and we're ready to take the next step.
Thank you.
By the church. I feel
Why not?
Because I felt like we analyzed our situation. Stop, Julia! I can't do this.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my gosh.
Why didn't it help?
I feel that New Beginnings didn't help with diversifying the church, but more like being able to figure out where the next steps are for our ministry to help it grow, yes.
And grow more diverse.
And try to grow more diverse, but we're not sure, you know. I think New Beginnings, when we were able to look at the community, we realized that we don't match with the community because of the big age gap difference. While Bethesda is more, there's older folks, while we're like in the 20s, 30s. So we won't be able to reach out to those older folks because we don't really have a common interest. So we felt that relocation will be one of the key factors for our ministry, because then we can relocate to an area that is more our community within the church.
Right. So New Beginnings and diversity.
Well, after going through this process of New Beginnings, it's definitely enlightened us a lot about the community and how important community is, and especially diversity in a growing world where we have a lot of international people, especially those coming to the metropolitan area. So I think one of the ways that we can benefit, and the ideas that we've shared during that meeting, was to definitely pick a place where, if we're going after not just one kind of ethnicity background, to pick a kind of a center place for where there's a lot of ethnicities around us, or even offer up kind of English classes for those who want to learn, and even just sharing in the culture. But there's a lot of things that we can do, especially with a lot of international programs that are growing here in the metropolitan area. And it's just a matter of marketing correctly to them, and just doing our part in putting forth that energy so that it's going in the right direction. I think where we channel that energy is the most important thing, because a lot of the times we can do a lot of things, but if we don't channel it into the right direction, we only get it probably just average instead of the potential that it could have had and could have done. So that's all.
Oh, New Beginnings and diversity.
Since we went through New Beginnings meetings and we got to know more in depth about our church, where we were located, and how we could make this church more, I guess, strengthening and more diverse, multi-ethnic. I guess the best way to make this church, I guess, more diverse is one way is to relocate, since our area is basically more rich, wealthy, Jews, but
White.
white. But yes, so that's one way that we could make this church more diverse.
All right.